Okay, on the Newshour tonight, we have with us representing Sudhir Gupta's point of view, and he's the top forensic expert at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. That's Siddharth Mishra. He's also consulting editor of the Millennium Post. Siddharth, good evening. I hope you can hear me. Jaivir Shergill is an advocate of the Supreme Court and a media panelist of the Congress Party. He represents the Congress Party point of view tonight. From Thiruvananthapuram, keeping a close watch on this, has strong views on Sunanda Pushkar's possible killings. Rahul Ishwar, Kumar Ketkar, senior journalist watching this from Mumbai, feels Subramanian Swamy has his own angle on this. Aarti Jairat, senior journalist. With me in the studio is Dilip Tail. He's been a friend of Sunanda Pushkar. He says that all this is rubbish, all these theories that is being put forth by both the media, Subramanian Swamy and others. And I think that completes the round. Aarti Jairat, senior journalist. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin. Now, Subramanian Swamy, you've written straight to the Prime Minister. Why are you trying to escalate this?
There's no question of escalating. You got to get to the truth. You must have a body which investigates, which has got the capacity. I don't think Delhi police is equipped for the multidimensional angle of this murder of Sunanda.
That's your own conclusion, right?
What do you mean? Of course, it's my own conclusion. That's why I've written a letter. If it was already a conclusion of the government,
so what you think the Delhi police? You think the Delhi police is an incompetent body that cannot even go through details of an autopsy report carried out by India's top medical institute, the AIIMS? I mean, they do it all the time. Why should they make an exception here?
First of all, I didn't say that. You are saying that. I'm only saying they're now equipped for this multidimensional angle of the murder.
Right. Siddharth Mishra, can you hear me? Siddharth Mishra, you're a friend of Dr Sudhir Gupta. Why is he avoiding the media? Dr Mishra, can you hear me? No, I don't think he can hear me there. Dr Mishra, yes, we lost the line there. Aarti Jairat, the way the story is going, with new angles coming anymore, is it oversimplified now to say that, let's not talk about it because we want to give her privacy and her memories of privacy? That's going to be a terrible excuse for anyone, including Shashi Tharoor, to put forth.
No, absolutely not, Arnab. I mean, this case is it was pretty murky to start with, and now it's getting even more mysterious. I think it's time that, a CBI inquiry was instituted, and I think it needs to be a time-bound inquiry. We need to get this mystery cleared up. If it indeed was a suicide, let's say so. If it's a murder, then let's catch the murderer. But we can't have insinuations by Subramanian Swamy and others, hogging the headlines. We need to get professional investigative bodies to look into it and solve this mystery for us once and for all in a time-bound manner.
A point is taken. Now, all these, there are several new angles which have now come up. Jaivir Shergill is an advocate of the Supreme Court, represents the Congress point of view. Jaivir, should we ignore all of these other angles? That she was possibly injected with something on her right forearm? I have spoken to the doctors who carried out the autopsy, Jaivir, and they tell me that there was an injection mark on her right forearm, which nobody, including Shashi Tharoor, has been able to explain. Why should we not possibly think that she was injected with something lethal in her right forearm and Alprax strips put next to her body to make it look like a case of suicide?
Arnab, I want to make 4 quick points. Number one, as regarding the AIIMS report and the confusion going on thereon, Mr. Shashi Tharoor has himself written that if anything, it should be sorted out and a transparent inquiry should be conducted. Number two, as regards Mr. Swamy's allegation, the timing of the statement takes the fizz out of the allegations. The Kochi Tuskers team was in 2011. Ms. Pushkar died on 17th January. Why now? The entire point is that individual's death has been used to politicize. You cannot cry wolf when every time you hear the name Congress or anybody related to it. Number three, as you said in the start of the show, that Delhi police is investigating. Enforcement directors has started investigation for money laundering. If anything, go and represent there and help out there. Why write to the Prime Minister? Now, is the Prime Minister going to personally come and do the investigation? Delhi police is there, ED is there. You are a free individual with the rights given to you by the Constitution. Go and write there. Number 4,
No,
you
one sec.
cannot be the judge, jury and executor.
No, one sec.
How are you privy? How are you privy to all this knowledge? What's going on in IPL? Miss Pushkar was involved, money laundering angle. Please disclose that. How are you privy to those allegations?
Disclose that, Subramanian Swamy. You're being accused of kite flying. You're being accused of kite flying. Disclose that.
I'll disclose what is material to this murder, not what the Congress spokesman does in pulling red herrings all the time. It's very stupid to say what is the Prime Minister got to do it. Prime Minister is in charge of the CBI ministry, the Department of Personnel. It shows his ignorance to say that what is the Prime Minister got to do it. The only man who can order a multi-dimensional or a multi-department inquiry is the Prime Minister. It can't be any minister.
I want to add something. So every time, Arnab, I just want to add something.
No,
so
don't be foolish.
Scrap High
Don't
Court.
be foolish. I am not talking about every time. I'm talking about this time. Don't be foolish.
Arnab, I just want a quick point. Scrap investigation, scrap the police department.
It's a very foolish thing to say.
Should write to
Every
the Prime
time.
Minister every time there
What do you mean by every time?
Every time there is a case. What is preventing you, or what prevented you regarding ED money laundering cases when it was ED is going on Delhi police? Why don't you go there and help them out if it is so true?
But why are you so against an investigation? What do you have to hide? What is your personal interest in this? What is your personal interest in this, Mr. Shergill? Why are you looking nervous tonight? Why are you worried that if the investigation goes on a series of very legitimate questions, which we want answered, why did her body have a lethal injection mark? Right? Was she going to do a press conference? What was she going to reveal? Rahul Ishwar, let's get you into the debate. Was there an unknown scam which she wanted to shed light on? Why was her body cremated so soon? Did the people not know that if you cremate the body and if there's a possible case of poisoning, you are actually destroying evidence? In that case, why is evidence being destroyed? Was she going to reveal anything which could have destroyed the careers of some of India's top politicians in the run-up to a general election? Now, should we not ask these questions? Why are you looking nervous tonight, Mr. Shergill? Yes.
Definitely, we can ask all sort of questions.
Ishwar.
We can ask all sort of questions, but I have known them for years. See, I don't belong to their party, nor do I subscribe to their ideology. But having said that, one of their first interviews of Shashi Tharoor and Sunanda Madam to Indian media was to me, years before. I don't think Shashi Tharoor sir should be put in the smoke screen of doubt until and unless somebody points it very solidly with solid evidence. Look at the statements of Sunanda Tharoor's family. Look at the statement of her son. Look at the statement of her father. They don't distrust Shashi Tharoor, nor do we people of Trivandrum.
So we're talking about a criminal investigation. This is not a question of individual trust.
Is a justification.
No, this 1 second.
But
one minute. I have with me a medical report. No, 1 second. I have with me a medical report. 1 second, sir. Calm down. I have with me a medical report. And this medical report, Kerala Institute of Medical Sciences, date of admission 12 January 2014. Date of discharge 14 January 2014.
Yeah.
She dies on 17 January 2014.
True.
Okay? I have this full medical report with me, okay?
Yeah.
She was in hospital.
Condition at discharge. Hemodynamically stable. Whole series of tests done. Whole series. Nobody's saying she's dying of lupus. And then I have this email in which basically an attempt is made to say that because she had nariyal pani after 3 days of fasting, her potassium levels went to a point where she had a heart attack. You realize how ridiculous this is?
Even
what would we should not ask questions.
No. Even after she was...
And we should question the credibility of one of India's top forensic experts because he just says that I was put under pressure. There should be no investigation on that. You want that to happen. You'll be happy if that happens, Rahul.
There should
don't give me your own personal angle.
There should be investigation. We all want to know the truth.
I want to know why were there 15
we all want to know the truth.
Where have you left your logic tonight, Rahul Ishwar? Why were there 15 injury marks on her body? Why was there a lethal... I am asking... Why was there a lethal injection mark on her right forearm? Tell me. Siddharth Mishra, tell me, is it true or not that there was a injection mark on her right forearm? Was anyone able to explain that?
All these questions should be answered, and we are all waiting for answers. But
This is there in the postmortem report, and nobody has denied it.
We should not attribute smoke screens of doubts. We should not put anybody in doubt for that matter.
No, so but basically you want, no, one second. For you, the bigger issue is that there should be no doubt. It should be clear. We should believe that she had nariyal pani leading to a heart attack, and that's how she died.
So just hang on, Arnab. Listen.
Or you should believe that it's a case of Alprax poisoning. She had sleeping tablets. She committed suicide.
But allow me to say,
unless you're suggesting that the Alprax was injected.
Let us come to a conclusion.
No. 2 days before she died so tragically, she was in a hospital in Trivandrum where they were conducting blood tests on her.
Yeah.
And that was why the injection marks came from. Please get these are the facts. Also, the poisoning aspect of it, if there's an act, I'm really quite surprised that Dr. Subramanian Swamy, to a man of his legal background, to come on television and absolutely accuse of murder. And the fact of the matter remains that the poison report given by the AIIMS people much before the autopsy report came was investigated by the forensic people of the CBI, who said that no poison existed. And that is a fact. Also, I mean,
why were theories of lupus, autoimmune diseases?
I got a mail from Sunanda 10 months before she died, saying that she was being examined by doctors in Dubai, where they said that she has a life-threatening disease called lupus.
And you're telling me that this report,
and I am
3
saying
days,
to you,
no, 3 days. Have a look at this.
Yeah, but I am also
this report 2 days, 3 days before she dies. Says this she's got no such condition which is going to lead to her death.
But you talked about the injection puncture marks. I am telling you.
No, why should she die? Why did she die?
This has to be investigated and found out.
So exactly. However, so the autopsy, the head of the forensics department says pressure is put upon me to try and give a theory that she died of natural causes.
Whether pressure was put upon his own PR person and protocol person, Neerja Bhatla has said that there was.
You want to believe a protocol person and not the head of the forensics department of AIIMS? What are you talking about?
No, absolutely.
Let's get
I believe him. He was the same doctor. He was the same doctor who let out the poisoning report long before the autopsy came. That is completely professionally incorrect.
So why do you want to hide the poisoning?
It's not hiding.
Why are people embarrassed when they say the poisoning? The autopsy report has said poisoning. I'm saying tonight.
The autopsy report of the CBI forensic laboratory has said there was no poisoning.
The autopsy report at AIIMS says poisoning, clear case of poisoning. What are you talking about?
That is why it went to the forensic people at the CBI and they said it is untrue.
You think this is the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my entire life? Now I want to say that what Dilip Tahil says today, is that an IPS officer at the Central Bureau of Investigation is in a better situation to judge whether a histopathological test proves that there is poisoning.
I never said that. I said
and India's top forensic expert at the All India of Medical Sciences is lying when he says it's a case of poisoning.
No, I didn't say that. I'll tell you what I heard. It went to the forensic laboratory of the CBI and they have said there was no poisoning.
Yeah, let me tell you,
I took some notes. That report has gone back to AIIMS. And AIIMS has again asked them for
I don't believe him. Siddharth,
find out.
My information.
And Sunanda madam was ill when she went to the airport. Please don't forget that. She was very ill. She had to be taken in a wheelchair when she went to the airport. Please don't forget these.
Where she's got body marks at airport. She fell down because of her ailment and she hurt herself. And these are the body marks that have showed up. No, I'm not talking. Go to King's Hospital in Trivandrum and find out if they didn't do blood tests on her before she died.
Dilip,
of course.
You know, the problem today is you are telling me that, and don't mind, you are telling me I should believe an actor and a social activist and a politician on whether there was poisoning, but I should disbelieve and cast aspersions on the credibility of one of India's top forensic experts. Wonderful theory. I will not buy it. Siddharth Mishra, is the poisoning angle true or not? Has it been mentioned? Or I have the autopsy report. It's quite clear to me that he's said that it's a case of poisoning. In fact, my sources tell me, and you can throw more light on it, that in fact people are not even sure whether it's Alprax poisoning. Alprax was mentioned only because Alprax strips were found next to the body. And in autopsy reports, or circumstantial evidence is taken into account. But it could have been some other kind of poison, right? Siddharth?
Absolutely. You see, you have to take into account that whole this controversy is related to the visceral report which was examined by CFSL and given to the AIIMS, back to the AIIMS, and said that there was no evidence of poisoning. Now that is not a conclusive report. So what Sudhir Gupta said after the report, after that no, the CFSL people must tell him how they have reached this conclusion that there was no poisoning. And it was here that pressure was brought on him that in the light of the report which has come from CFSL, please revise your opinion from unnatural death to natural death. Now this report from CFSL comes in sometime in end of March, and end of March Sudhir refuses to toe the line, and by end of April the move starts. The move starts to supersede him, to remove him, and then on 5th of May he writes to management that, you know, I am being persecuted for revising my for not agreeing to revise my report, and despite that he is there is an agenda brought in the AIIMS General Body meeting, and 3 days before the election results are announced on 12th of May. The general body of the AIIMS takes a decision to promote somebody else in Sudhir's position, despite Sudhir having got a stay from Central Administrative Tribunal. Now this indicates towards what? Somebody who was by the full competent selection committee of AIIMS was made professor and head of the department, who has looked after the biggest of the cases of this country, who has won accolades from topmost legal brains of this country, is all of a sudden, you know, persecuted for not revising his opinion. What does it indicate towards? What does it indicate towards? It indicates towards a larger conspiracy, and he is being penalized for standing his ground. He has not revised his report.
No, 1 second. This what you are revealing is very, very. No, 1 minute.
The CFSL lab.
Siddharth, first of all, you are confident of your sources who have given you this information. This is not hearsay, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I can quote you the dates.
No,
I can quote you the dates. I can quote you the dates.
No, 1 second. She dies on 17th. Kumar Ketkar, consider this. She dies on 17th in these strange circumstances where there are 15 injury marks on her, and there is an injection mark on her right forearm, which he says could have been because of.
Was related to blood tests.
Well, I don't know yet many doctors who choose to inject people in the palm. Anyway. I should be maybe you do that. No, okay. So they couldn't find a vein,
couldn't
and
find
okay.
the forearm vein.
So please note this: if you are a doctor, anyway, if you can't find a vein, inject a person in the palm.
Not in the palm. It was injected outside the palm, and the fact of the matter remains that it is very often done. You cannot find a vein in a person's arm.
So what is good? What are you? Why are you saying all? So why are you saying all
this?
It's a fact. So 1 minute.
No, it says teeth mark. It says bite marks. Excuse me. It says bite marks. Tooth bite marks. The postmortem report says tooth bite marks. It doesn't say injection mark.
As you say that Dr. Gupta was influenced by all these things, can you produce any evidence? I mean, how was he contacted? How was he pressurized? Was it by email? Was it by text? Who has been pressurizing him? Who are these fictitious people you're talking about that have put pressure?
I will give you a timeline.
Can you bring it?
I will give you a timeline,
Here you are. No, here you are. Have a look at this. No, 1 sec. Dilip, I know you're a friend in your take. Whose name is on this email? Please, will you please look at that camera? Look at that camera. 1 second, and tell the viewers who's written this email. Who has written this email? Whose name? Who's the sender of this?
Wait a minute. I will tell you what the content of the email is.
Who's written the email?
And this has got to do with sharing.
What's it? I've given you the email.
It is.
It's right there before you.
It is not to Dr. Gupta.
No, but 1 second.
No, wait a minute. Don't make me say the name. I'm sorry. This is a letter sharing Sunanda's medical report with Dr. Bassi and Chatta.
No, read this line. I am drawing this to the attention of
Mr. Mishra, Dr. Mishra. Of AIIMS.
Written by? Written by? What is written by whom?
No, I'm sorry. This is
written by. Why?
I will not say the name because you're putting two and two together.
Is the name Shashi Tharoor or not? Is the name of Shashi Tharoor? Are you reading it? It's right here before you.
It is not in context. I'm sorry. I will not be drawn into that.
Well, I mean, I'm just putting
this is not a letter of trying to provoke or trying to suppress an autopsy report. This is a medical history being shared by Dr. Chatta.
Now, why don't you understand this? Now, Aarti. The point is this. The lady dies in mysterious circumstances on 17th. She is hurriedly cremated. Our sources say that there is pressure put to say that, clearly, Aarti, pressure put on the forensic department of AIIMS to say that this is not a case of poisoning, that a history of an autoimmune disease, plus lupus, plus her fasting, and possible intake of alcohol could have led to a situation where she had a heart attack. Right? This is the doctor there resists it. Am I correct, Siddharth? The head of the forensic department resisted and says produce medical papers to show. Produce medical papers to show that she that she had these diseases. Now I have this.
Excuse me, let me interject. Sunanda did not drink alcohol.
Okay, so fine.
She did not. She was a non-drinker. Don't say this.
No,
this is
what?
wrong.
This is the
for a person who's passed away so tragically. You say alcohol. She never touched alcohol.
Good. So you prove all those people trying to push that line wrong. Now my question to you is: you have this medical report. This medical report does not mention lupus. She's dying of lupus either.
Well, she wrote.
It does not mention she's dying of lupus.
She texted me.
She texted you
10
what?
months ago that she was suffering from lupus.
She texted you 10 minutes before she died that she's dying of lupus.
10 months before she died.
10 months before she died.
Right.
One second. What's the date of this report?
Should I use your glasses or mine?
What is the date of this report?
This is 12th January 2014.
When did she die?
17th of Jan 2014.
So is this more recent or is there text more recent?
No, I'm not saying this is not. I'm not saying this is recent.
You're on facts, you are completely unaware.
But I am telling you.
I'm sorry, I have great personal regard for you, but you have no idea of the facts.
Have you checked in the Trivandrum hospital 2 days before she came to Delhi? Did they conduct? Did they not conduct blood tests on her?
I mean, the Trivandrum hospital here, was there anything in this report which says in 3 days you're going to die of lupus?
No, nobody expected her to die.
But she died.
Exactly.
How?
How do I know?
How do you know? So you don't know. So don't play this defensive card on me.
No, but there's no evidence. But certainly
we are yet to come to
there's no evidence to say she was murdered.
We are yet to come to a conclusion.
Where is there a shred of tangible evidence?
Exactly.
It's all hearsay.
So why then? No question is therefore then Kumar Ketkar. My question is why then are some people so keen to rule out the possible poisoning angle? Eventually the autopsy report says poisoning. So we are at a critical part here. She's not dying of lupus.
No, hang on.
1 minute. Even if she has lupus, which is not proven here, she's not dying of lupus. One. There is no advanced stage of lupus in which you're about to die. Right? Proven. She walks out of the hospital. She dies within 3 days. Why are some people at that time trying to put pressure on Dr. Gupta not to mention poison?
No, wait a minute.
No, Kumar Ketkar, look at it logically today, just as a journalist. The facts of the case.
Well, actually, it is Arnab, it is nobody's case that death should not be investigated. Thankfully, Subramanian Swamy himself has said that many of the inferences he has drawn. And Shashi Tharoor himself has said that it should be thoroughly investigated and fastest as possible. So everybody is demanding investigation. Exactly. So death, if it is mysterious, will be found out if there are true investigations. But as far as Subramanian Swamy's own inferences and conclusions are concerned, I think Subramanian Swamy actually should write fiction, and he can surpass John Lakar, he can surpass Robert Ludlum, and I think he will be able to draw fantastic inferences from very simple deaths. And I think you also, Arnab, can perhaps help him in actually conducting those researches for his novel. I think he can do it. But I am of the view that I have not seen autopsy report.
No, so
I have not seen forensic report, and the death is mysterious. And the mystery
I have the autopsy
investigated.
report,
and that's what Shashi Tharoor is demanding.
No, 1 second.
That's what Subramanian Swamy is demanding.
Sir,
so where is the question? You have the autopsy report. I don't have.
Thank you.
You have autopsy report.
No, but 1 second.
You have the autopsy report. You may be right.
I do have.
But I am saying you may be right.
I'm saying I have
what I am saying.
I'm saying I have it.
You may be right.
Do you have it?
I'm saying you may be right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
So 1 second.
But only thing I'm saying is I don't have it.
Kumar Ketkar, thank you. You know, one of the reasons I have great personal regard for you. And today my regard goes even higher because of that biting sarcasm, which can only come from a person of deep intellect. I'll tell you, I'll write a book one day. It won't be fiction, it will be non-fiction. And I have the autopsy report, it's non-fiction.
Subramanian Swamy should write before.
No, 1 second. This is non-fiction. This is autopsy report. I'm saying with all confidence tonight, I'm saying with all the authority at my command, that the autopsy report says Sunanda Pushkar was poisoned.
Yeah, Arnab,
prove it otherwise.
No, but Arnab, that autopsy report went to the forensic laboratory of the CBI who said there was no poisoning.
Till the mystery is investigated,
that is what is disputed.
So, I 1 second. In that case, I have a suggestion here, Aarti. No, 1 second. Why do we need the All India? Why do we need doctors? Why do we need forensic department?
You should call the Delhi police representative to your show and grill the Delhi police. What have they been doing all this time? It's been 6 months. Why aren't they investigating properly?
No, Delhi police line is with you, for you always. I don't know with whom they are.
No, but the fact...
No, 1 second.
Exactly. You should call them to your show and you should grill them, Arnab.
Well, I'm asking, I have the autopsy report. Kumar Ketkar, you can't just question me like, I have an autopsy report which says she's been poisoned.
No,
I have the medical report 3 days before she died which says she's not dying of lupus. I have Shashi Tharoor's email in which he's trying to give a theory that she had coconut water and died. I mean, let me ask you this.
Do you also
One
have
second.
the autopsy report from the CBI saying that there was no poisoning?
I am asking
Let me
you.
add something here.
According to the doctor,
might have
Can I say
mailed out
something
of
as a lawyer?
concern.
no, according to the doctor, yes, you come in. According to the doctor, according to the doctor who Shashi Tharoor believes, the poison which Sunanda Pushkar had was nariyal pani. We should believe that.
Come on, Arnav, that's not what is said here.
May I add something?
Excuse me.
not
Excuse
your
me. No. 1 second. What is written here? What is written in the CBI? Again, I'll have to produce.
It's all right. In all your autopsy report analysis, you fail to say that
You want to read it?
No, I don't need to read it.
You can read it because you'll disbelieve some of the stuff that's been written out here.
I'm just saying you should select to omit the fact that the poison report given by AIIMS initially has gone to the forensic team, to the CBI, and they have said that there was no poison.
If she was your friend, and if there's a possibility she be poisoned, you should be saying, look into the poisoning
I
angle.
would indeed, as Mr. Shashi Tharoor has clearly said.
Are you even being fair to your friend tonight?
Please have a thorough investigation.
If she possibly poisoned.
And that is why it went to the CBI.
Why does it make you nervous? It should lead to you to be more worried. You should be.
I would be very concerned if any of this was true. The CBI forensic department has said there was no poisoning. That's proof.
Why once
So let's wind up the AIIMS autopsy department then.
Yeah, let's wind up.
We are all concerned about Sunanda madam and having
No, I have a suggestion.
You have to put another person in the dock for this.
No, let the.
Let's go to the CBI.
No, 1 second. Let the CBI.
come on, what is
I'm
this?
telling you from tomorrow, let the Intelligence Bureau carry out autopsies. Why do we need AIIMS?
No, but this
Tomorrow,
is
watch it. I'm telling you.
This is the forensic department of the CBI.
You see the forensic.
1 second. Siddharth is coming in. Siddharth.
Forensic lab's finding is not binding on the autopsy surgeon. Arnab, the forensic lab's findings are not binding on the autopsy surgeon, and the autopsy surgeon has asked for more details which the forensic lab is not providing him. That's why he is not able to decide on his report.
No, they're not. The letters have gone from AIIMS to the CBI and they are investigating the inquiry.
The what?
The inquiry is from AIIMS.
Mr. Tyler said, it is just a matter of procedure. It has gone there for confirmation. If that confirmation is not coming, he will make his conclusion, taking several other medical points of view into the consideration.
Absolutely right, Dr.
That
Sir.
cannot
But would
be
you
the sole
deny?
deciding factor.
I also want to tell you. I also want to tell Dilip Tahil. I want to say this to you tonight. I have said this to you. Be guided by fact, not by favor. Be guided by fact, not by friendship. And I also know, and I don't hold this, you did defend even Tarun Tejpal very, very strongly.
No.
Anyway, this has nothing to do with Tarun Tejpal.
That's got nothing to do with Tarun
Of course,
Tejpal.
I'm just reminding you of a fact in the
Yes, Sunanda was my friend and I'm concerned
If
about
she was your friend and she was poisoned, you don't care?
But the point is that she was not poisoned.
How do you not?
Because there's proof.
Let us not drive to that conclusion before.
But the autopsy report of AIIMS says she was poisoned. You want me to throw that away?
No.
I have the piece of paper. I'm asking the new.
It's been disregarded by the CBI.
I'm saying to my Newshour viewers tonight, you be fair to yourself. The wife of a leading light of a political party dies in mysterious circumstances. And what is being said here is that we should burn this piece of paper, the autopsy report, which says she was poisoned.
That's untrue. No one said that.
And I don't know why one would say
Nobody has said that.
Nobody has said that.
Nobody has said
Nobody
that.
has said that.
Let us.
Nobody is saying that.
Nobody
CBI has disregarded the autopsy.
Let us not jump to conclusion.
Clearly.
On the contrary, we
No,
all
one
saying
I have a question to ask.
One submission which I want to make.
Subramanian Swamy coming back to the debate. Yes, Subramanian Swamy.
One submission.
Subramanian Swamy is coming back to the debate.
Goswami, I want to say something.
Please do.
Autopsy surgeon should
Okay, I want to say this. I want to say
He's
this.
saying something.
No. The Congress spokesman have had enough chance. Now, let me say.
I have not even spoken yet. Why have I had a
Yeah.
chance? Let me.
Now, let me ask you a question. That there are two facts which have not been investigated. Sunanda had called a press conference at 4 o'clock. Several lady journalists had gone there and then she was told by somebody that she was asleep. Number one. Number two, the police had interrogated Sunanda's man Friday or whatever you call him by name Narayanan, and his report reads like a mystery itself. He says that Shashi Tharoor said that he had an AICC meeting at 10:30, so he had to leave. But he left at 7:30. At 8 o'clock, according to Narayanan, Shashi Tharoor's driver came to the room with somebody else. Now, how did Shashi Tharoor go to Talcotara Gardens if the driver was in the hotel room at 8 o'clock? These are some of the documents which have not come out. Once they all come out, let the Delhi police put all the documents for inspection, and you will see that the demand for a multi-dimensional inquiry is absolutely necessary.
To the Congress spokesperson.
Talking
to the Congress spokesperson, if he has any answers to Subramanian Swamy tonight, I want to add one more thing.
Yes, I do.
Yes, one second, before you come in. 1 second, sir. It is a fact.
Inquiry.
Sir, it is a fact that Sunanda Pushkar wanted to address the media. It is a fact that she was telling several reporters, I will speak to you. There are even theories that she wanted certain clothes brought in so she could present herself. 1 second. She could present herself before the media on that day. And I want to know one thing.
Harin Pandya also wanted to speak to the media.
Am I talking about Harin Pandya? Or am I talking about Sunanda Pushkar?
Harin Pandya also wanted to speak to the media.
Are you
about Harin Pandya?
I am talking about Sunanda Pushkar.
Pandya, you are talking about Sunanda Pushkar.
But I am talking about Sunanda Pushkar.
Yeah, but I would like to ask Dr.
1 second.
I would like to ask Dr. Subramanian a question. You say that she was calling a press conference. Do you know the minutes of the press conference? What did she want to talk about?
That's what I want to know.
Is it related to this incident? The other thing you said...
There was no press conference.
I call a press conference for what reason? And the other thing, Dr. Subramanian Swamy, if I recollect, during the time that this happened, you said that the hotel had no CCTV footage. You said that the hotel had no CCTV footage. And the truth of the matter is that the hotel did have CCTV footage, and it is lying with Delhi police, and they're investigating it. Is that not correct?
Nonsense.
What is nonsense?
That's not correct.
Can I say something now?
That they don't have CCTV footage, or that you didn't say it?
Closed circuit TV footage is available for that floor.
It is with Delhi police. But you said earlier on, many months ago, that the CCTV footage was done away with. That there wasn't there. It had disappeared.
The CCTV footage would not be for what happened inside the room. Come on.
For that
we're
floor.
not talking about inside the room.
Do you pay attention? Do you pay attention, or you only talk to hear your own voice?
Please enlighten me.
I said that floor.
Arnab, can I say something?
Closed circuit TV footage is not available.
But the fact is that it is. And it's with the Delhi police.
Nonsense.
Well, find out from the Delhi police.
One second.
The hotel rooms of Delhi have
I have found out what are you talking about.
One minute.
What are you talking about?
1 minute, Dr. Swamy.
You must have got an email.
As a lawyer, Arnab.
No, 1 second.
Investigation. I want to say something.
I think Dr.
No, 1 minute. No, Mr. Shergill, now let's put the facts together. I want to speak to the viewers for a minute on Newshour tonight. The viewers are watching this, and I want to say something to the viewers. Consider the facts. This lady on the 12th of January, 5 days before she dies, goes into a hospital. All the world's tests are carried out on her. No test says you're going to die in 3 days at advanced stage of lupus. She comes back. This incident happens where she's very angry with her husband for having an alleged affair with a Pakistani journalist. And why should I mince words? I'm talking straight. Everybody knows it. It becomes a national matter. She's upset. At that point of time, she's well enough to go into a hotel and lock herself in there at a hotel. Right? Now, a person who's going to die in 48 hours is not in a condition to go and book herself into a room in a 5-star hotel, which Shashi Tharoor all over her that at those 2 days he was in the room with her. Now the point, let's take the matter forward. Shashi Tharoor is in the room with her. He leaves early that day for the AICC meeting. There is nothing to prove, Mr. Shergill. Show me something to prove that someone in the period when Shashi Tharoor was there in the room with her beat her up, bit her hand.
Okay,
1 second, let me complete. Injected her right forearm or palm. Right?
This is
No,
so
no, bitter. 1 second.
utterly
Bitter.
speculative.
This is not speculative.
It is
There were
completely
teeth
speculative.
marks. There were injury marks. Siddharth, is it speculative? Were there teeth marks and injury marks?
And baseless.
What is baseless?
Absolutely.
You have
Were there teeth marks and injury marks?
all assumption. What do you mean somebody is there in the room?
Who did it?
I told you.
There's a bite mark
just
on a
told you
palm.
that they-
You asked, is there a bite mark on the palm?
That's there in the
I just told you.
autopsy report.
Who?
Wait a minute.
1 second.
I just have finished telling you.
Is it possible in this period that somebody entered the room? 1 second.
And bitter.
No, 1 second. That somebody entered the room and she resisted and there was a scuffle. Is it possible or not? And the other injury, in that case, we must be told that were there injury marks? When I see the Kerala, no, 1 second. No, 1 second.
Wait a minute. There is CCTV footage of waiters going into her room, getting her something, some room service. There is no evidence of anybody.
I have a medical report of 3 days. I have a medical report 3 days before she died, gentlemen, in which it doesn't mention a complete examination of her. It does not mention that she has teeth marks, bite marks, injury marks.
Does it not say that she had blood tests?
Have a look. Show me.
Does it not say that she had blood tests?
Yeah, but it doesn't say that there was anything she was going to die from.
I know. I'm not saying
There is
that
also a blunt injury on her cheek.
But there's
There is also a
CCTV
blunt
footage
injury on her cheek.
There is a CCTV.
Take the CCTV footage from the Delhi police.
Why is the
and ask
poisoning
them who
angle?
entered.
The autopsy report says she died of poisoning. Somebody poisoned her.
Since you say somebody
Swamy
entered
himself
her,
said
entered
the
her room,
investigation
where is
is
the
going
evidence
on.
on the
He
CCTV
said
footage?
Nobody can be exonerated or nobody can be held guilty. That is the rule or prima facie rule of any investigation. Till it's going on, nobody can be exonerated or be held guilty.
Precisely.
Number one, if there are any facts or circumstances related to the investigation, they should be brought up. If anybody has information, they should give it to the authorities investigating. But no political leader has the right to wake up in the morning and make careless statements.
No, 1 minute,
statements,
Mr. Shergill.
You twist to the tail. Today,
And
let
no
me complete.
political leader also
Today,
has the right
I am
to
saying if
influence
the
the autopsy
investigation is
Mr.
on,
Shergill,
nobody
Mr.
can
Shergill,
rule
1
out
minute.
investigation.
Mr.
Please-
Shergill, I 1 second. Mr. Shergill, let's hear Siddharth. Let's hear Siddharth, please do. And
You
Mr.
want to cover up her murder.
Yeah,
That is
what I'm
it is.
saying. As he's saying, no political leader.
Please go. What is the point of
As he said, no
sensationalizing the
political
death
leader has
of
business
a lady
to-
by
to
making
hold a
such a
conclusion.
responsible statement?
I'm trying to say
Please
no
go right to the
political leader
relevant
has a
authorities
business to
and tell
influence the
people how are
autopsy
you privy to
and
this
if he doesn't get
information?
influenced,
From
get
where
him
are you
shunted
getting
out.
this information?
That should
Please
not
give
be done.
credible
The
evidence
autopsy
and
surgeon
facts.
should be protected and allowed to do his job.
Arnab, as you said, we have to be guided by facts. If Mr. Subramanian Swamy or anybody on this planet has facts, information, please give the information backed with facts.
You know, you
Just
are.
don't make loose
you know,
statements.
you know,
The facts that I have with
investigation
me,
will be
Mr. Shergill, is that ministers from the last government were trying to influence the autopsy surgeon. When he did not fall in line, they tried to shunt him out. These are the facts which are
where
there
is
with
the
me.
proof, Siddharth?
So let that
How
be
did they shut him
investigated.
down? Show us the
Nobody is
evidence.
running from
No,
investigation.
watch it.
Is there an email? Is there a text?
Nobody
Who are
is
these
running
lawyers
from
who tried to shut him
investigation.
down?
But we cannot
Swamy has
sensationalize this issue
concluded.
by telling the people how are you privy to this information.
Sir, 1 second.
Bring it into the public domain.
One
Siddharth,
one
I'm asking you a straight
Mr.
question.
Mr. Tahir.
If you say,
How do I
if you say
know
Dr. Gupta was
that
pressurized,
Sonia Gandhi
if you say
said
he was
on
pressurized,
National
bring
Why
Herald?
the Prime
into the public
Minister, if
domain.
Delhi police and ED is investigating, please go and assist
Mr.
them.
Shergill.
Who's stopping
How
you?
did
You
I
have the
know
full right.
that Sonia Gandhi bluffed on her educational
Swamy
qualification?
has concluded.
Why is
How do I know
cannot
that?
be the judge,
Sonia Gandhi
jury
into
and
this?
executor.
How is she
You
relevant?
cannot be the
Just
judge,
again,
jury and
you know, you're just
executor. There is a
diverting the issue.
procedure of law which
Mr.
has to be
Shergill.
followed, and I'm so sorry that
Mr.
cannot be
Therefore,
bypassed.
let there be an inquiry. I have asked for an inquiry.
Exactly. Who's
I have
running
asked for
away
an
from that?
inquiry.
But you
don't
cannot be
pay
the
any
judge, jury,
attention.
executor. I'm so
Do the
sorry.
Mr. Shergill, please tell me. Mr. Shergill, please tell me. 1 minute. Mr. Shergill, please tell me just one thing. Mr. Shergill, 1 second. Siddharth, just a minute. Mr. Shergill, just tell me one thing. Why will you?
Arnab,
Why will
all I
1 second?
am
Listen to
saying
the
is-
question, Mr. Shergill. Why will you not believe the histopathological report done by the head of the forensics department, not of some quack institute, but the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, which says that she died of poisoning, not of natural causes? Please tell me one reason why you will not believe it. Give me one medico-legal reason you will not believe it.
Because the forensic
Am I asking you, Mr. Dahel?
The forensic laboratory of the CBI has taken that report and said that there was no poisoning.
I will give a counter to that.
Ask Mr. Siddharth to deny it.
All I am saying is,
the forensic lab finding is not binding on the autopsy
if there are certain questions about the autopsy
it is one of the inputs which you have to take into consideration.
You know, 1 second. Now, Mr. Shergill, how can you say if there are some questions about the autopsy report? Of course, there are questions about. No, 1 minute. There are questions about the autopsy report which does not go to your convenience. It does not go to your convenience because the doctor says I was under pressure from the AIIMS director, and the AIIMS director was trying to tell me to produce a different kind of report. It is on a CAT submission. It is a document on file. So you will stay quiet while one of India's top doctors, his entire credibility is destroyed by the public relations officer of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and the doctor says, what was my fault? My fault was that I did not submit to the pressure. I put out an autopsy report, which today a Congress party person may not like because it may embarrass some people. You may not like that report, but the fact of the report is that report exists and that report is with me, sir.
And the government of the day, 3 days before demitting office, decides to shunt him out.
And in fact, why don't you ask Mr. Shergill that why was this not done earlier?
And Siddharth, allow me to remind you, this is the same honorable doctor that before the official forensic report came out had already announced to the press that there was poisoning long before the 3 days before the official report came out.
Anything to the press.
Is that a very responsible thing to do?
He addressed the media. No, this is wrong. He addressed the media in the presence of, on the directions of AIIMS. He talked to media on the 17th in presence of AIIMS spokesperson on the direction of AIIMS director. He did not reveal anything to the media on his own.
This is a wrong allegation
which is being leveled against him as an afterthought to malign him, to demean him and to remove him from his place.
And it is because of that report that the report went to the CBI forensic laboratory.
No, he said my finding is that it is poisoning and we are sending Viceroy to CFSL.
I first of all, 1 minute. 1 second, gentlemen, I am not suggesting tonight.
On directions of Director AIIMS.
No, first of all, I am not suggesting tonight at all.
What is the sequitur to all this?
No, 1 second.
There should be a free and fair investigation.
You don't repeat
What is hindering that? Let there be free and free investigation.
Exactly.
Nobody is asking
Mr. Shashi Tharoor himself, along with Dr Subramanian Swamy.
They should be
I think people want an investigation.
To this doctor.
No, 1 second.
Last 1 month.
Everybody.
What 1 minute, please.
What we cannot do is make irresponsible statements and give a twist to the tail every morning.
Why are you looking nervous?
We cannot give a new twist to the tail every morning.
Mr. Shergill,
if the information, please give evidence
Mr.
of that
Shergill, I repeat my questions tonight. I repeat my questions.
These are matters of record. AIIMS director has given 10 memos to this doctor in last 1 month. What does that explain?
Yes, Dr. Swamy, 1 minute.
I am saying that on one hand they believe the CBI report on the poisoning, but they are not agreeable to a CBI inquiry. I want the CBI to hold a SIT based inquiry. That they are not agreeing. What are they to hide? Absolutely. If you have nothing to hide, let there be a full-fledged inquiry.
There is enough
evidence. In any country when such doubts are raised, there is a full-fledged inquiry.
Just a minute, sir. This is no 1 minute, Mr. Dilip.
CBI inquiry when the Gujarat police had cleared the whole thing.
1 minute, Mr. Shergill, minute, please. Minute, please, Mr. Shergill.
I'm so sorry.
Mr. Shergill, 1 minute.
But this is not the right way to go ahead.
Mr. Shergill, just a minute.
What is the evidence that Delhi police is not doing its job, or if for that matter any other authority? Mr. Swamy is not the law of the land or the judge or the executive. Whatever he says is the end thing.
A lady could have been.
Neither are you.
No. What has Delhi police done?
Neither are you.
I am not, sir. That's why I am not. All I am saying is if there is
shots of Shashi Tharoor
investigation.
But 1 second.
So don't stand in the way.
The questions are very simple.
Don't suppress.
The questions are very simple. Dilip Tahil, a minute, please. You've spoken.
Okay,
now, please, just 1 minute. Just understand one thing. we are talking about a serious matter. And I'm asking this question to the viewers, and those are pictures of Shashi Tharoor. He's been running around all day. This man loves the cameras usually. Now he sees a camera, he runs away. My questions are very factual. Take all this or your rhetoric away. Why did she have an injection mark on her palm? Could she have been injected with something lethal and then Alprax put next to the body to appear like a drug overdose, right? Why is there an accusation that top politicians were trying to influence the autopsy report? Even an accusation like that is very significant. Why is there still a desperate attempt to somehow make this look like a natural death and not a case of poisoning when I have the medical report of 3 days before she died, which says she's not exactly going to die in 3 days. There's nothing in this report to suggest that she's going to die in 3 days. Is it true or not that she was going to do a press conference that day? Was she going to reveal something? Was she going to reveal anything which could have affected the careers of top politicians? Was there some scam she could have revealed which she was going to shed light on? Why was her body cremated in such a hurry? Did those people who cremated her not know that here is a lady who's died in very mysterious circumstances? You cremate her body, you are destroying evidence. Now anybody is going to know that. With all of these questions being asked, today, for us to be told that look here, throw away the AIIMS medical report, dismiss it, throw mud on the credibility of that doctor, just say that doctor is a bad man, pull out some 10-year-old report and say he's a bad man. My question is very simple tonight, Kumar Ketkar. If that doctor was a bad man, a terrible doctor, a plagiarist, a bad man with no credibility, what on earth was he doing as the head of the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, considered in his profession to be one of the foremost in his field? How does that man become a bad man because he gives a report that is not convenient to you? Is this how you want the country to be run, Mr. Kumar Ketkar? Where a person who says, I'm going to stand up to the system is going to be persecuted and punished. And we teach an example of that person so that nobody then in the future should give their independent opinion. In that case, why don't just we let a bunch of pliant politicians and bureaucrats take over the All India Institute of Medical Sciences? Why do we need doctors there?
Absolutely.
Why do we need doctors there, Aarti?
I agree with you, Arnab.
Why do we need doctors there anymore?
Arnab, you are saying as if I appointed him. I did not appoint him and I did not inquire into his thing. All deaths must be properly investigated.
Sir, one second. I have a report which... No, 1 second.
All deaths
I have you know something. It's easy. Watch it. Today we are being told by friends of Sunanda Pushkar that she was going to die of lupus anyway. I want you to read this part, sir. Sir, listen to me, sir. Look at this report. 1 second. Watch it. This is very remarkable. Subramanian Swamy, I want your attention as well. No, 1 second.
I want full investigation.
3 days. 3 days before she dies. Sir, no, 1 second. Please, I want everyone to see this tonight. I want everyone to see this, Shashi Tharoor as well. 3 days before she dies.
Why are you not allowed?
Sir, 3 days before she dies, a very interesting observation. I marked it out in yellow. I want the viewers to see this, please. You know what it says? Currently, patient is not taking any medications. You are telling me the person is going to die in 3 days. She's currently not taking any medications when she comes in for the blood test. What is this rubbish?
How can I define the role of AIIMS doctor?
No, because everyone says she died of natural causes.
How can I define the
Because all these people want us to believe she was destined to die anyway.
I am not defining the role of CBI.
And I think you should really be logical tonight. What does this say? Why don't you want to read? Does it hurt you to read this?
It doesn't hurt me to read it.
Why don't you read it? I want you to read this aloud. I want you to read this aloud. No, read this. Read this aloud. What is read? You read. Can't you read it yourself?
You read it.
So, what does it say?
You read it, you just read it. I'm telling you that Dr. Tharoor...
Arnab, Swamy, I think Shashi Tharoor should write to the Prime Minister asking for a CBI inquiry.
And an SIT inquiry.
It should be Shashi Tharoor who should write, not Dr. Swamy.
But ma'am, let me tell you that Dr. Tharoor has already and long ago urged for a thorough investigation, a completely transparent investigation, and this has been supported by Sunanda's family.
So let him write.
He's already done it.
So let them write to the Prime Minister.
I also think
that you remove the autopsy surgeon.
Why don't they ask for a CBI inquiry, a time-bound CBI inquiry?
that you persecute
So that
an
we
autopsy
can,
surgeon. Try to browbeat him into
so that
changing
we
his
can
report.
stop Subramanian Swamy from making allegations.
The truth is that unfortunately,
1 second, Subramanian Swamy.
The truth is that unfortunately,
What about
Sunanda's
you?
death
One second.
is being used for all.
you know,
You don't
all
even
the
know how
wrong
she. You don't
reasons.
even know
I
how
am
she died.
surprised.
You don't
Yeah,
even
neither
know how
do
she died.
we.
You don't know how. I know she did not die of lupus.
How do you know that?
I know she
Who
did
said
not
she
because
died
she
of
died of poisoning. The autopsy report said she died of poisoning.
Which has been disputed.
So
and
what?
which has been
Show me one
disregarded.
paper which says she died of lupus.
No, show me one paper
Show me.
that has not disregarded the poisoning report.
But the poisoning report is not put out by the autopsy. The poisoning
But
report is
I
put
keep
out by
telling
India's
you, I
top
keep telling
forensic
you,
expert.
keep
We're
coming
going
to the
around
same
it.
point and
Anyway,
saying
you're
she
neither a
had-
lawyer,
she
neither
had
a.
injection marks in hand. I'm telling you that was because conducted because of blood
Well,
test.
I'll tell you one thing, and I say this with responsibility. You tell me that you're a friend of ours. I think, and I'm saying this, that after taking such a position, which you have taken tonight, that friendship needs a new definition.
No, it doesn't.
Dalipta hai.
No, it doesn't.
So if this is the position you take, friendship needs a new definition.
Also ask the AIIMS director why has he issued 10 memos to this autopsy surgeon
and kind of
in last 1
distortions
month.
that are happening about.
I'd
this
go to
lady's death.
Subramanian Swamy for a last word on this debate tonight. And I put this question to everyone watching the Newshour. Should we open this up? Should there be an SIT inquiry? Do we have faith in the same people who probably could do a cover-up? And should that head of forensics at the All India Institute of Medical Sciences be made into some kind of a criminal for saying what he has said and doing what he has done? Subramanian Swamy.
Well, I say that the fact of the matter is there are unanswered questions which are very clear. There are unanswered questions in the statement given on to the police by her man Friday, Mr. Narayanan. There are unanswered questions about why the body was cremated within 24 hours, who gave that permission. There are unanswered questions about the autopsy report, why whatever the Dr Gupta has said, he was a gold medalist. We can't dismiss him away as somebody who did any plagiarizing. These are accusations which have no basis. And finally, most of all, we have to interview all those journalists, not like the journalist sitting here who is a coward enough not to come out with the truth. Those journalists who were called by her, who were told the whole thing, they must come and tell us. And they must tell us if they phoned Sonia Gandhi and told her what Pushkar had told them.
Mr. Subramanian Swamy.
1 second. We'll close at that point. I think. 1 second.
Let me come in. Mr.
1 second.
Subramanian
Dalipta Hill, I think the
you
debate
have-
is over
You
tonight.
have so many questions, which is perfectly correct. You have so many unanswered questions, and yet when you started this program today, you said she was murdered.
You think she poisoned herself?
No, I'm asking.
I
you
am
questions.
saying
you
she
think
was
she-
murdered. That
If
is
you
my
have so many
opinion
doubts,
based on the,
as we all
on the
have,
fact.
as we
I
all
am
have,
telling
and want
you
an
she was
investigation.
murdered.
How did
She
you
was
begin this
murdered.
One
debate
thing is
by
clear.
saying she was murdered?
One thing is clear, the autopsy
exactly
report says
silence.
poisoning. We put the
That is
autopsy
my
report
opinion.
out. We're going to ask the
How do I
doctors.
know that Sonia Gandhi is a crook?
1 second, please. Now, let's not go into those areas which are not related to the issue we are debating. I thank everyone for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.
Thank you, Arnab.